All right, let's just start the show.
Something about Tubring.
Ooh.
There were a couple of toes stepped on, but hey, they did it in style. Don't hold your breath for sympathy, cause they've been at it now for quite a while.
Tubring.
The room was lit by a television screen, and demeanors were all the same. The music wailed from places unknown, while I only had myself.
Hello and welcome to Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Nightly, the weekly half-hour show with Ben Boquist. Is that how this goes? It's been a while since I did this.
Weekly, he says.
Weekly.
Wasn't the Rupar one like 3 months ago?
Yeah.
And I think the last one to be uploaded.
Yeah.
Weekly, he says.
Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Nightly, the weekly half-hour show.
Tri-yearly.
Yeah. Biannually?
Biannually?
That's impressive.
It's not my gig.
Both your holes.
I mean, I was focused on the way you were using your fingers on the board right there.
Okay.
So
Hey,
that's
more to
all
us.
you, not me.
Hey, by the way, joined today by Mike Knoll, Knoz,
Yeah. That's
the
me.
Knoz. What's up, dude?
I lack so much enthusiasm that when you said your intro, it frightened me. It's late at night, which normally doesn't bother me, but I am always very low energy, which is a terrible thing for a podcast. I don't know why you wanted to do this. I don't know why I agreed for your sake.
Even
but,
better question.
Yeah. I have nothing worthwhile to add to anything.
This is what I love, the self-deprecation.
Yeah.
It just gets,
It's
I don't know what it
the
is.
only way I know. That's how I've lived for almost 40 years. Keep in mind, I'm not anywhere near 40 years old.
No.
But I've done some swimming pre-birth. So,
Okay. Amniotically.
Yeah. Analytically. Analytically.
It always comes back to that.
You're not wearing pants.
Freud.
So
Well, yeah.
I
So sue me.
was told this was going to be a podcast, not a podcast.
Well,
That was terrible. I apologize.
puns are definitely accepted here.
I cannot stand them, personally. I don't know if you're a fan. I am not.
I think every now and then, like, especially off the cuff, an off-the-cuff pun.
Sure. I don't know why you just did the jerk-off hand motion.
You don't need
Off
to...
the cuff. you
off
know.
the cuff.
Yeah,
I think those deserve to be appreciated.
sure. Jerk-off motions or
No, a
off-the-cuff
quick-witted,
Gotcha.
off-the-jerk-off
puns? Sure.
puns.
Sometimes you just have to jerk the puns off.
It's true. They're not going to jerk themselves.
How could they? If
They're
they
just
come
puns.
freely, you have to jerk them.
I feel like we're going down a road where we can't return from.
I
Here.
also feel like this isn't allowed on any kind of radio thing at all.
Oh, no.
So I'm glad no one's around to give me
Mm-hmm.
horrible looks.
It's great. So
Is it, though?
I love it.
I mean, I can't argue.
Tubring.
And it's out.
And it's out.
Are you canceling?
Shit.
Probably should, right?
I don't know. You want to just keep listening?
I don't know.
Just keep it up in the background a little
I'm
bit?
more than familiar with mostly all of Tubring stuff.
Why don't... I have an idea, Mike.
I don't like ideas, but I'm here.
I'm going to keep breathing out of my nose into the mic.
That's why I'm
when
holding my microphone to the side.
Oh, I forgot
So
about that.
I don't even know if they ever taught us that. I
Yeah.
just know that I'm fat and I breathe heavily. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I look like I'm also jerking something. Anytime I put
I wasn't
the
going to
mic next
tell
my mouth.
anybody, man. But go ahead. Go ahead and feel free to do anything on YouTube that you want to.
I don't want to.
Okay, that's fine. How about we just talk?
All right.
So, I'm really glad that you influenced me on Tubring because they're like one of my favorite bands just to like turn on. It's kind of like they're one of my favorite bands to remember as a band, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like
I can
just
dig that.
I forget sometimes that I'm not really a huge. I'm a metal guy, So I just get stuck in that, oh, I'm going to listen to deathcore and only deathcore forever. And sometimes I just want to throw on something else, and Regina Spektor or Tubring.
I
Totally
like all
switch
of
it up.
those.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest metal fan.
Yeah.
I do like metal, but not into that like grindcore shit.
It's it's
It
understandable.
takes a certain sensibility to like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just listening to Job for a Cowboy on Alexa because when I'm here alone, I just tell Alexa to play metal, like hardcore, grindcore metal.
That's because you get off on telling women what to do.
Robot women.
Even better.
Even greater.
I don't know what Job for a Cowboy is.
It's okay.
Unless it's Hand Job for
Oh, man.
a Knoz boy.
Check it out. Check it out. Where does Knoz come from?
Yeah, there's a email list that me and my brother and like a dozen of our lifelong friends are on, that we talk on. Used to be daily, but it's kind of scattered now. But a friend of ours named Tony, just one day very randomly, called me Nazgul the Destroyer. No reason whatsoever. And it stuck.
Naturally.
And it became too long to type, I guess, so everyone just shortened it down to Nazgul. And then it just became Knoz or Gruel, whichever one. But it's mostly Knoz. Even at work, everyone calls me Knoz.
Knoz?
Yeah.
This is Job for a Cowboy. That's what I listen to.
Beats.
Yeah. So I was blasting this, and then the night guy Steve comes in and he said, "Oh, you're listening to the real hardcore, the Cookie Monster lyrics." And no joke, it sounds a lot, very much like Cookie Monster when he does his low stuff. Too bad.
Yeah.
It's Cookie
I
Monster.
can see that. I've never heard that term, but I love it.
It's ridiculous. I'm fully aware that no one should like this music, and I'm childish or adolescent at least
That's
for
fine.
liking it. But
Hey, man, they're making it for people.
no apologies.
Sure. Are they popular?
They were in about the year 2000 and
We're going way back. 2006.
They were pretty big, and actually, one of my friends got a ticket from the cops for blasting this song.
Really?
Yeah, they were
In a
driving
car? Oh,
for
wow.
driving. Yeah,
That's hard
and
to do.
yeah. Well, Palatine, they got more cops than
That's true. I live there.
dude. It's ridiculous. I went to my parents still live in Palatine. I went there just to go there one day, and I saw like 10 cops.
Yeah, they love to hang out, especially
story.
on the Northwest Highway around Palatine Road. Like that whole curve around there. They just, like every other parking lot, they zigzag and just hang out.
And nothing
It's pretty
better
cool.
to do.
Yeah. Well, there is a awesome donut shop right there. So,
Spunky Dunkers.
fuck yes.
Yeah.
Literally just drove by there last night after work at about 10:30. The fucking parking lot was packed.
Wow.
I was like, it's a Sunday night. Don't you people have anything better to do?
What's the deal?
I don't
Spunky
know.
Dunks?
Promise Keeper. Was this track 3 off Zoo Hypothesis? Fuck you.
Yeah. Zuzi.
I just dig Tubring's sound.
They're unique.
So wait, hold on. How does a Job for a Cowboy get popular and then go to being not popular?
It's basically like they peaked in high school. Kind of thing.
Okay.
So
I mean, it happened.
Yeah.
Silverchair were teenagers when they fucking peaked.
mm-hmm.
I love Silverchair.
Basically, like for a couple years, the whole grindcore and inward breathing
Sure.
was like really big. So they thrived during that period.
How big is big?
Um,
Like, did they open for heavy hitters?
I would say Like, do you know the band Lamb of God?
I do.
They could open up for them
Who doesn't know
in that
at this
time.
point? Come
Yeah,
on.
I guess. How about
If only because the singer murdered someone.
he got acquitted?
I know.
It was in Prague.
I mean, if you watch the video, he didn't do it at all.
Yeah, murder's different in Prague.
But yeah, it's true. What is it? Vigil? That's still one of the most badass songs ever.
Yeah.
Oh, so metal.
They're great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd
Alright.
say they're probably like an eighth the size of them at their biggest.
Okay. Because I was going to say, that was one of the most fucking low-rent videos I've ever seen for a song. And when I see things like that, it almost makes me not like the band. Like, just don't make a video if you're going to be in a backyard of someone's house.
Yeah.
It's not good. Things like that bug me. Either go all out or just wait until you can.
You don't like the low production value
I
type
don't.
of... No.
Not a big fan.
Why are you on this show then?
I had nothing better to do.
That's
really.
a good point. That's a great point.
And you promised something about nudity, but I didn't know it was going to be yours.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like it's one of those, I don't ever tell anybody that I'm always naked.
That's fine because you're a pretty hairy guy.
Can't really tell.
Not through audio, no.
The chairs in the summer, though,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
get sticky.
Ugh.
Because of the airheads
Oh, okay.
in my butt.
There it is. There it is. Got to work on that whole bathing thing, I think.
Yeah, it's overrated. What have
But
you...
yeah, what? Fucking what?
No, you go.
I was just going to finish up, I guess, on metal or grindcore. Because I am, again, not super into it, but, like, I've seen Cryptopsy live. I've seen Cattle Decapitation live. I've been to shows. You know, I like Killswitch Engage. I haven't seen them in a while, though.
Have you seen him with Jesse when he's back?
Yeah.
Since he's back?
They did the, what was it, 10th anniversary of Live or Just Breathing at Bottom Lounge?
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Nice.
I know they've come back since then, but I don't think I've seen them. I forget. I think the last time I saw them with Howard was when they opened for Slayer on a tour.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, that was a long time ago. But I like Howard more.
Yeah, there's like huge debate on that. I know some people go crazy
Right.
over hearing that, but you can't knock him. He's got
No.
the range.
Yeah. And I mean, just lyrically, I like him better. Yeah, I mean, most people say they obviously changed their sound or sold out on the End of Heartache. But, like, you know, just because they got a big hit with the End of Heartache, the track, like, it was on the soundtrack for what, Resident Evil or something.
It was around.
A
It got
shitty, different mix of it, I remember. It was more like vocal, like he sang more. Like the screams
That's
became
my-
like,
Yeah.
like that singing. It was like,
Oh,
ooh.
man. It's like they fucking replacing all the guns with cigarettes or books or
Pretty
whatever,
much.
you know?
If you want to throw that on YouTube, go
Oh.
ahead and do that. I don't know if you've heard it before,
Yeah,
but
no.
it's not great.
Nothing. That's the worst. I remember, you know, the band Five Finger Death Punch?
Yeah.
They did that to their whole first album. Like, literally, they released it, and I was like, hey, this band's okay.
And re-released it?
And then they
With singing?
re-released it for radio play, and it was like everything that was hardcore about it just went to hell.
That's sad. I'm not a fan of them to begin with.
No.
Um,
I was a young, dumb kid.
hey, man, I mean,
I'm a dumb old man.
I don't apologize for anything that would be labeled a guilty pleasure. You know, I it's music. I like what I like. You know, certain sounds capture you, certain singing tones, lyrics, vocals, whatever you want to call it. You know, it just catches my ear and I'm like, "Oh, cool." What is this? Oh, I was like, all I heard was like, I
More
know
tough
this
ring.
one. Oh, God. What album do you like most by them?
I think the Zoo Hypothesis is the one I've listened to the most So
Have you listened to the ones before that? Fermi Paradox and Drake Equation?
I mean, I'm sure I've like clicked, gone around through the YouTube and just like let it
Do you have
play.
Spotify?
No. Not
That's a sad
Spotify.
story in itself.
Yeah. I work in radio. I can't get any of that shit.
Why?
No, that's a stupid thing to say.
It's a very
sure.
easy program to download and very simple to navigate.
It's all for free right there on the
I do have the paid, like commercial free one, so maybe that's the get for me.
It's a cavi.
But like I have a really terrible laptop at home that does not run well, so YouTube pretty much is not an option for me. And as we discussed before the mics went live, is that the proper term?
Sure.
Hot mics, hot cops, whatever it is.
Yeah, hot pants.
Yeah,
No pants.
whatever you're wearing.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. Once again, I forgot what I was saying. This happens so often.
Dude, holy shit. You gave it to me. I don't know what's going on.
There's something about Tubbring, I feel like.
Oh,
Spotify
yeah.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I spend so much time in my car that I could not use YouTube to eat all of my data. Spotify, paying for it, I could download any album or playlist I want, make my own playlist, and download it, and then I can listen to it without using data. So that's a much better solution for my music needs.
That is definitely a clutch.
I get it if you
aspect.
don't need it,
Yeah,
but I like it.
Huh.
It's more convenient is all.
for real.
It doesn't have everything like the YouTube has.
That's one thing that would get my goat, because
Sure.
I really like finding new stuff,
Yeah.
or stumbling
I mean,
upon
you can
things.
still do that. They have the, similar artists, or if you like this, listen to this, and they like have suggested playlists for you, like newly every week, where it's like, oh hey, because you've listened to this, here's an entire playlist based off what you listen to, and it has like a lot of the songs that you listen to with a couple new ones thrown in. So that's always fun too.
What, data mining? Does that scare you? Data mining?
There's no avoiding it at this point.
They're mining your they're going to know exactly what you like to listen to.
I'd rather them mine my data than my butt.
Hey, good point.
Yeah.
Once they upload your consciousness to the cloud to work as a mind slave,
I am going to
In the
set
future.
this building on fire.
burn it to the ground.
Yes.
All right.
I apologize in advance. There's a lot of expensive-looking equipment.
Say some incriminating shit,
Yeah.
Mike Nosgrel.
I keep turning as well without the microphone because I'm fascinated by all
Rookie
the lights.
move. Dude, you would...
Fucking rookie move. I record a podcast on my phone. That is the most rookie move ever.
It's being resourceful.
Or just poor and desperate.
What's your podcast?
Literally nothing.
Okay. Is that what it's called?
It should be. No.
I should change the name of this to Literally Nothing. That's a great podcast name.
It's called The Plague Round with a hyphen.
Nice.
I don't know why. I offered my podcasting partner a couple options because he's never forthcoming with the creative titles for things, whereas I am, just because I can think of things quickly. And he liked that because it sounds like The Playground, but it's The Plague Round. Not a great title. But the one I suggested that I liked was Wheeling Away. Because in theory, at the end of every episode, we would wheel away from the desk or the computer. But also, Wheeling is where we met because we went to Wheeling High School. And now we don't live in Wheeling. We are away from Wheeling. So Wheeling Away works on a couple different levels.
Home of Joe's Pizza.
He shot that shit down so quick, though. And yes, home of Joe's Pizza.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Big fan.
I mean,
Just say yes.
Get it monthly, if not more than that.
Good man.
But yeah, it's so good.
I love Joe's.
Yeah. If you can't finish family size by yourself, you're weak.
Your sub.
It is like the thinnest, greasiest pizza.
God, it's so good.
It is.
They call it cracker crust.
They do. What's your preferred topping?
Oh man, spinach. I know.
From
Weird.
Joe's?
Curveball there. Yep.
Okay.
This is it.
I like spinach.
Spinach, garlic, bacon.
Okay. All of that works. No,
Yeah.
that's not weird at all.
No.
I usually just stick with sausage just because it's easy. But motherfucker, the best pizza I've had, Peace Pizza and Brewery in the city. Are you familiar?
I have been there. Is that the one that does like they give you a shot of Jameson as well, or is that another place?
That
I'm
is
thinking of?
not the place.
Okay, I know I've been to Peace though.
Okay.
They do. Is
Pizza. They do pizza, Ben.
it weird? Is it weird pizza?
It's a novel concept for a pizzeria. But no, I mean they don't really do weird pizza. You can make a weird pizza. But it's at like north of Milwaukee and Damon at Six Corners there.
Okay.
But best pizza in the world. To me anyways, I love pizza. Fucking based on my girth, one could guess that. But the pizza I always get from there is a white pizza, which is not like Alfredo. It's just like olive oil and garlic
Yes.
with spinach and bacon on it.
Yes.
So I understand where you're coming from. And it's
So
also pretty thin and just all around delicious.
the crispiness.
Yes. When it's done right. Sometimes the olive oil just too much, like especially if it's been sitting there a while, but when it comes out right away and you choose to burn the roof of your mouth as you always do, then it's still good. The other one, because they do have mashed potatoes as an option, and it's the weirdest sounding thing, but if you get a white pizza with mashed potatoes and bacon, it's delicious.
That sounds like a whole new world.
And much
pizza.
like Aladdin's song, it is a whole new world.
Jesus.
And one day, if both of us have the time, we can go there.
Let
And
us.
I will buy you, or I'll buy us a pizza. Fuck you. I'm having some.
Oh, yeah.
Because much like music, as evidenced by Tubbering here, I also believe that food should be shared. Good food
man.
and good tunes.
Good man.
Share it with those you care about. And fucking I love pizza, so.
Hell yeah. That's the life. That's all you need to know about Knoz.
Yeah.
Or life, really. Anybody's
Sure.
life.
I mean, everyone does their own thing. I eat a lot, and I listen to a lot of music.
Hell yeah.
That is how I guess I avoid stress, but I just don't have much of it in my life. So, it's pretty simple. Not a lot of complaints from my end.
Nicely.
Yeah. It's very simple.
What have you been, what kind of new music have you been into? Now that I've almost fished the tub ring well dry, I need to come back and see what else, let me get my pen out. What else you got for me, man? Anything off the top? Off the cuff?
I mean, I could hit my Spotify right now. It all depends, though. Like, do you bend it all to softer shit? Or are you like, I'm just a metalhead. I like murdering children in their sleep.
Well, of course, but, I just like music in general. I have the weird, I'm not a person to have a favorite anything.
Okay.
I just appreciate kind of contrasts,
Sure.
I think.
You're
So,
talking about pornography, aren't you?
tentacle,
Sure.
Squidward porn.
BBW, but midget.
Ah,
Oh.
LBBW. Little
No.
BBW.
No.
Okay.
Midget only.
Wow.
I
in
will
the community,
not bend to the
the M word.
yeah.
I appreciate
I will not
that.
call them little people. Unless there's one around, in which case I'll be like, oh, hi, how are you? Can I get you anything off the top shelf? I'm sorry for your disability. I don't know what you are. Please don't touch me. I don't want to catch it.
Don't do that.
Um,
It's like me and Rupar had a conversation about political correctness too,
sure.
and how it's bullshit. So
I mean, there's only so much people can take.
it's all just to placate.
Sure. And another big part of my happy life is that I don't get into these conversations.
Yeah.
No politics.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that.
No anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, if you want to talk food, I'll talk food. If you want to talk money, I'll talk money. If you want to talk Angel Vivaldi, Martian Winter. Did I get that right?
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
check
my eyes are terrible,
this
even with
video's-
glasses.
This video's bomb.
This is already 1,000 times better production value than that hand job for a cowboy.
Yep, that's true.
And it just looks like ice melting in reverse.
And this guy does all his own stuff. He's just a solo artist, but he finds a band like to tour with, and I believe he just plays everything on his own. But he tours with these guys. And they're not really cold in this video,
It
but
looks like they are. They're
it
all
looks-
covered in that morning dew.
yep.
I like that he made the mouth with his noise as he squealed the string on the guitar there. How are you going to tell me they're not cold? They're breathing cold.
Are they though?
Are they? I'd like to believe that they are method actors.
They're just DDL in this.
G.G. Allen?
Daniel Day. I'm finished.
I am not a big fan of him.
Why?
I have not seen anything with him other than that Lincoln movie.
That's the only movie you've seen with him?
To the best of my knowledge.
Wow, bro. Yeah, well, I liked Lincoln, but I'm like kind of a history nerd. So
It was good, don't get me wrong, but like,
him.
yeah, I don't know.
There's something about Martha.
It seemed like there was a lot of non-acting acting in that movie. And I'm sure they had to, lay down whatever because the times, like people weren't hopped up on goofballs like they are today. But I don't know. I just remember seeing it in theaters and just being like, holy fuck, I need a nap right now.
The kids are all hopped up on goofballs.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
Or
All the kids are
name for a new podcast.
hopped up on goofballs.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. The podcast.
Literally hopped up on goofballs.
Nothing beats anti-disestablishmentarianism nightly. The
Can
weekly
I ask
hour show.
why? Give
No.
me a reason
No.
right now.
Mm-mm.
I'm so unhappy about this.
Basically, it's just to troll anybody who had the idea of listening to this show.
But why?
I don't know.
It seems so
don't know.
counterproductive.
It does, but I'm still doing it and getting some practice doing this, so
Sure. But in addition to practice, you could also have, like, listeners.
yeah. Who wants that?
I mean, in radio, I feel like that's one of the goals.
Oh, shit.
But I'm not in radio, so I don't want to tell you your business.
And it seems right now that Benjamin is realizing that he should be getting listeners on Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Nightly, the weekly half-hour show with Ben.
Anti-dysentery something.
We're pro-dysentery here at Anti-Disestablishmentarianism.
That's your official
Nightly.
stance?
Yes.
Some of these strings look like they're broken while they're playing.
I think it's just because they're super slow motion. They're like
That's not
super-
true.
No, that's
Everything seems sped up. You're lying.
no, that's definitely slower. Like this close-ups on the strings flopping around. That's slow Dune.
All right. That made me dislike them.
What?
The ending of them just standing,
Just-
looking down, looking cold and down. I didn't care for that. The
Okay.
song was great,
They
don't
had
get
it
me
to the
wrong.
end.
But yeah, Again,
Fuck 'em.
I'm entitled to my own opinion, but they lost me on that video.
Right at
Is
the
that
end.
all they do? Is it all instrumental?
It is all instrumental. It's all this dude.
That's groovy. Are you? I mean, I have to imagine you're a fan of Metalocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
Do you care for Brendan Small's solo albums, the Galacticon albums?
Never heard.
Are you kidding me, dude? These
No.
are right up your alley too.
Brendan Smalls. Like...
Brendan
Brendan.
Small. Yeah, like Coach McGurk.
Brendan.
Yeah. Did
Home
you ever
movies?
watch home movies? Yeah.
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
Oh my god. I was just playing Ben Folds from my phone,
You
and
fuck.
I heard it through my headphones here.
I spelled Brendan wrong.
Holy Christ.
Burton Dan.
No. Brendan.
Mm-mm.
I know that's not how you did it, but I'm telling you how. I'm trying to help.
I'm
Brendan
hoping it just
Small.
finds it.
But-
Galacticon?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like choose just one, but if you play Danger Tits, not only a great song name, but it's the one instrumental on the album, and it's fantastic. But he just released his second solo album, Galacticon 2, Become the Storm, last year, and it is much more like guttural metal than this first one was, but this song's awesome.
Nice. Let's do a little interlude here. Take a break.
I don't know how radio works. I'm just staring at all of the loose nails sticking out of the ceiling.
Under construction.
This place is a dream.
Bullshit. This place is bullshit.
If you're quitting, not taking your job and your salary. Are those levels new?
Not our levels, though. How long have we been doing this for? 36 minutes. Holy shnikes. I only wanted to do this for a little bit.
I apologize.
Not accepted.
I wasn't asking for you to accept it.
Not. Yeah, I muted your mic. Just kidding, bro. I'm sorry. That's a cool song, though.
It is.
Not that great.
It's
but
death clocky.
yeah, for sure. So, man, what else? What have you been on as far as watching stuff? I know you're huge into movies, right? Or shows?
You know, not so much either.
No.
Used to be once upon a time,
Mm.
but I have such little free time these days. I don't know what the last movie I saw was.
Dude, I had the
in
same
theaters,
problem.
That is.
I had the same problem yesterday. Someone asked me. No idea.
If I looked at releases, I could tell you, but off the top of my head, I would have to say like Wonder Woman was the last movie I saw, and that came out a while ago.
Dude, I got you beat. I'm pretty sure the last one that I seriously remember was Return of the Force.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
The Return
of the
of the Nap.
yes. The fourth. No, I saw the one after that.
No,
the
was it
Star
The
Wars
Last
after
Jedi?
that. No,
That's the most
not
recent
the most
one.
recent. I saw Rogue One.
Rogue One. Okay, I saw that too. Was that after Wonder Woman? That was after
No, that was
Wonder
before
Woman.
Wonder
Yeah,
Woman.
yeah.
But that's how long it's been. At least
Oh,
a
you've got me
year and a
beat.
half. Yeah, 2 years.
In a negative way.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. That's sad. I like
Right.
going to the movies though.
Me too.
And
Just
I
have
don't
no
know,
time.
Like,
How about do you Netflix?
not often. And the weird thing is, like, when I get home from work, Usually, I'll just head straight to my chair and sit down because that's where my computer is, and that's where I make all my Spotify playlists and look for new music. And there's a TV 10 feet away from me with my Xbox One hooked up to it, so I could watch Netflix on there very easily. But instead I leave it on my phone and just kind of leave my phone on my desk and put my headphones on. It serves zero purpose at all other than maybe comfort, but I also don't really watch anything new, obviously, because I'm listening to music, not watching it. So I've gone through Arrested Development like a dozen times at this point. Lately, like the past few days, I've been rewatching Mr. Show for the billionth time.
Nice.
But it's not on Netflix, so I had to download it.
They have...
With Bob and David?
Yes.
Yes. I did rewatch that a couple times before, being like, fucking, why haven't watched Mr. Show in forever? So then I downloaded it and watched it. But yeah, I'll support those guys in anything they do. They're hilarious. But yeah, not really watching too much new stuff lately, and not listening to too much new music either. You're asking for album recommendations or something? I don't know.
Just bands.
I mean, do you want
Bands
to
will
like,
make you dance.
write them down to make you dance?
Yeah.
I don't have any of those.
That's all right.
Have you ever heard of Autolux?
No.
All right.
Autolux.
Yeah.
I know how to spells them.
Sure.
I guess.
It's not that hard. Don't pat yourself on the back. They're good. It's just a trio. The album you would probably be into most is their first one. It's called Future Perfect. I used a few songs in my podcast over at ICB back in the day. Almost a decade ago. Isn't that horrifying?
Yeah, dude, my 10-year high school reunion is coming up.
Fuck you.
People hate me when I say that.
So you do it on purpose?
Exactly. No.
Mine is...
No, I've got...
14 years ago.
I've got a... Oh, that's not good.
You got 10 coming up.
Ugh.
I'm coming up on 15 here.
It's rough, though. Like, then they're
Oh.
talking about doing a real thing. Reunion.
Yeah, I didn't go to mine.
Yeah, good call.
If you find Sugarless, that's always my favorite song. Just because the ending, it just falls apart so beautifully.
There it is.
I like them a lot.
Let's say we listen to this song and wrap it up at the end of it.
Sure. I
So
don't
we're both
like you
tired.
anyway.
We're both tired, guys. We hate each other.
I mean,
Just had to come here to air some grievances.
there's a reason why we haven't spoken or seen each other
Yeah,
in
the tension.
8 years.
It's palpable.
Sexual tension.
It's well, I mean that's just baseline,
Yeah.
just the base.
You don't have to stroke your thigh while you say that. Just the base, just the tip. What are you talking about?
Just the base, man. That's the most important part.
Yeah, I was staring at your bass over there. The instrument.
Yeah.
Not your other bass.
Well,
Just because you're holding it to show it off.
bass.
Stroking the neck. We're still talking
It's a
about
Fender.
an instrument, right?
Yeah, it's a Fender.
Okay.
It's a Squire ripoff. Actually, it's not really.
It
It's a
looks
Squire.
like my
Oh,
harmony
sure.
guitar that I got back in like 7th grade. Because it was like $100, and I was like, "Mom, I want a guitar."
You learned heart-shaped box. and
Never learned
smashed it.
anything. A friend of mine actually was playing around, and it had like a cheap, shitty strap on it, and like jumped up to do a cool jump, and the bottom of the strap came undone, and the fucking guitar hit his driveway and chipped at the bottom.
Oh.
I was like, "My mom's gonna kill me!" Oh god. And then I pretty much hit it, which might be why I never learned how to play guitar.
I got to do a cool jump with the. I finally got a strap.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing back in the day.
That reminds me of like Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Something happening there.
When he does the power slide and doesn't slide and
Exactly.
smashes the guitar.
Exactly.
That's a damn good movie.
It's a, I love the HBO show.
Yes. I like that they included, what's his name, Lee or whatever. I was happy he was in the movie as well.
Yes. Oh man.
Dude,
all that stuff.
that was badass.
badass.
Yeah, I hated that. I use it all the time, but I was like, whoever would say badass to say something was badass?
Badass.
Yeah.
Lee. Talking fucking Lee, man.
Yeah. I've never known anyone named Lee.
Really?
First name.
Really?
Real Lee. Yeah, I don't know too much about anything.
Well, this has been fun.
It has been. I'm going to go pen my suicide note now.
Yes. Wait, don't say that. Or are you going to give me a shout out?
Literally cheered me on. And then rescinded. And wanted a shout out in my suicide note. I could put the blame on you if you want.
Let's just transcribe this podcast.
I was excited to do this one radio thing for the first time in close to a decade after dropping 16 grand on trying to learn about it. And then the guy said, hey, go kill yourself, but make sure you say my name as a thanks. Like it was a fucking acceptance speech for some award.
Well, are you going to give me a shout out?
I mean, I can hashtag you on Twitter or something.
Woo! Yes!
Do you even have a Twitter?
I do. Funny story. I do. But every time I look at it now, I just like everything from the Middle East. It's just all Sanskrit.
Oh,
It's
I thought you
just-
meant the club in Boston.
No. What?
All right.
No, but like it gets hacked every time.
Gotcha.
So,
You should try harder.
yeah.
It is what it is. I love this part.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism nightly. Thank you, Knoz.
Not a problem.
Thanks, everybody. Or nobody. Hi, Mom. Just leave it. Just leave it. They are close, dude.